Whenever you sit on a bench in Sky Children of the Light, how do you feel? Do you feel happy? Do you feel sad? Are you excited to talk with a stranger? Would you like to know how I feel when I sit on a bench? Whenever I sit on a bench, I feel pressured. This is because each bench has a candle that determines how long you get to sit on the bench, and when the candle runs out, you are unable to sit on it and chat with someone else anymore, or else you will have to pay a candle. This discourages me from sitting on the bench because I don't want to waste the candle that someone else might need to use. So, in this video, we are going to be looking at 3 things. We are going to theorize the origins of time benches, why they are a problem in my opinion, and then we are going to brainstorm solutions to this problem. I think we need to ask ourselves an important question before we start. Why would that game company want to limit communication in this way? Most of these are just theories and guesses, so take them with a grain of salt. We don't actually know the exact reason the chat benches were added this way, so this is just my best guess. I did also watch 1 or 2 of the Sky Children of the Light interviews that I could find, but I really didn't find anything regarding the benches, so if you know any of the interviews that say something about the benches, about this topic, please let me know in the comments below. A majority of Sky Children of the Light is that you do not want to make friends out of necessity, but out of genuinely wanting to be friends with another player. Let's talk about that game company's other game for a minute, Journey. If you don't know what Journey is, go check it out. It is another game by that game company, however it functions completely different Sky on a social level. Instead of letting players make accessible connections with other players, you will probably only see other players the one time you play Journey with them. You cannot communicate with them in any way. However, Journey makes up for this lack of communication by what brings people together. Because both players have a common goal, they are always interested in the other player. However, in Sky Children of the Light, players do not always have the same goal. Because of this, players need to have access to more communication in order to assess whether another player should be their friends in Sky. So, that game company wanted to make a system where players could chat with each other to get to know each other, but they didn't necessarily want players to be able to chat freely, as they wanted to preserve that feeling of wonder and awe of wondering what the other person is thinking. The problem with this, in my opinion, is that there is a chat system in the game, so we can know what the other player is thinking, but it does not encourage players to chat with other players in a sense. This system does work when a player starts playing, but as they become more experienced and gain access to tables and regular chat, the chat benches become obsolete to them. So, are chat benches just made for new players, or do they serve a greater purpose? I don't know. However, for the sake of this video, we are going to assume the purpose of benches is to get players to chat with each other for a finite amount of time. So, why is the way chat benches are set up right now a problem? Well, if they are simply made as a stepping stool in early game for new players to have limited communication, then they are doing their job perfectly. However, the problem I have right now is that they encourage you not to talk to strangers. Here's where the problem lies. If you can't talk to strangers to understand who that kind of person is, how are you supposed to find people who you can sympathize with? Anyways, here are some of my recommended improvements for the chat bench. Please note that these are improvements that only work if that game company wants to use the chat benches to start conversations, and not for early game communication. My first idea is to make it so that all campfire benches are free, and you only get wax while sitting on a campfire bench. What this does is it forces players to talk to other players during the campfire parts of their candle runs. This way, you can go about your day and find players just sitting there ready to talk to someone while they have to wait to collect all the wax. The crucial part of this is that the benches have to be free. This way, players do not feel like there is a penalty for using these benches, and instead there is a reward. I think that this change would probably be very easy to try out, and could also make Sky Children of the Light more social by incentivizing being able to talk to other players. Of course, this system would have some problems, and a chat bench AFK system would need to be added, but I don't think it would be a bad idea in a void. Another idea of mine is that while you are on a bench, you are slowly refunded wax, equal to half the candle. So, if both players sat on the bench at the same time when it started, both players would get half of a candle at the end. This would incentivize players to stay on the benches until the end and reward social behavior. This might also be complicated by the implement because of the chevron system, but I think that it would also be a very easy way to fix the problem without making chat benches free. The last method I can think of is making two different types of candles, cosmetic candles and social candles. This way, players can spend candles on benches and friendship trees without worrying about not having enough cosmetics. This is the solution I think is the least likely to be implemented into the game, as the currency system in Sky is already well cemented. I plan on making another video on currencies later. Anyway, those are the 3 solutions I came up with to this problem. Again, this might not even be a problem, but it's fun to talk about. What do you guys think? Do you think the current chat bench system is flawed, or would you rather see a new chat bench system? Please leave your comments below on what you think. I love to read your guys' opinions on what you think of these videos. The discussion is the main reason I make these videos. Also, feel free to criticize my work. This argument will never be perfect and able to encompass all the facts, but correcting me in the video will help correct me in the future videos as well. Speaking of which, if you enjoy going through and analyzing my videos and looking for things I can do better, consider joining our Discord. Yes, I know I mentioned it a while ago and it was a rickroll, but this time it's real. Basically, what is going to happen is I'm going to post the script for the next video I'm working on this Discord, and then people can give me feedback there. This way, if there is any glaring issues with the script, people can give me feedback before I make the video, and then improve the future video. On the Discord, I am also planning on playing mini games such as Capture the Crab or Hide and Seek with my viewers, so if you are interested in that as well, consider joining it. I can't promise we will do all of that stuff, but it's my plan, so yeah. Anyways, like the video so that YouTube knows I published it. Subscribe if you want to be reminded when I make another video. See ya!